Spurs trying to end that losing streak, hosting the Wizards. They came out with a lot of energy last night. Looked like that winning energy. First quarter, Canada baits Diop. Steals to Keldon Johnson at the other end. Feeds Jeremy Sohan. Ooh, nice. Spurs up 7-5. How about some more Keldon? He pokes a bad pass right to Zach Collins. Passes to Jones. Plays alley-oop with Sohan. Nice again. 21-15 San Antonio. He had 15 in the first quarter. Closing second, Stanley Johnson steals the inbound pass, jam. Spurs lead 36-30 after one, but Washington won the second quarter 33-19. They led 63-55 at halftime. We go to the third quarter. Action Spurs down 7. Malachi Branham, the steal ahead for the layup. Spurs get within 5, 76-71, but then they're down 14. Doug McDermott gets to 3. And they're back in it right there. San Antonio trailed 98-87 after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, Sohan, the bounce pass to McDermott. Zach Collins is there for the tip-in, 104-96. The Wizards hold on to beat the Spurs, though, 127-106. That earned the Wizards their first win in San Antonio since December of 1999 at the Alamo Dome. The Spurs have lost 6 straight. After the game, Coach Pop only had one comment.
Well, they're doing what they can. It's one of those games. We have more fast break points. We had more second chance points. We had fewer turnovers. We had more points in the paint, but shot 20-something from 3, and they shot, I don't know what it says, 50 or something like that. Game over.
And interview over. Well, it wasn't really an interview. Nobody asked him a question. Love that when Pop just succinct, done. 1-9 in the last 10, the Spurs are. They will next host the Sacramento Kings coming up tomorrow night at 7 at the AT&T Center. The Kings are actually one of the best teams in the West. Ursula?
Our weather team, David, still hard at work tracking all this icy weather up to our north. Justin Horn and Sarah Spivey and Stephen Gavassos are going to give us another look at the roads, the forecast, all of the above. Today, Governor Greg Abbott urging people all across the state to stay safe on the roadways. During an update today, the governor said about 1,600 roads across Texas were impacted by the icy weather, but TxDOT crews are working to treat all the streets.
Meanwhile, across the state, as many as 7,000 outages were reported throughout the morning. However, Abbott says that doesn't mean we'll have the same issues we saw during that major winter storm back in 2021.
To emphasize, the power grid itself is functioning very effectively as we speak right now, and there is not anticipated to be any challenge to the power grid in the state of Texas.
In fact, ERCOT says it doesn't think Texans will be asked to even conserve energy over the coming days. It says any outages are expected to be just localized events.
The city of San Antonio not opening warming centers despite many area schools and businesses closing due to the wintry weather. The city website says warming centers will, quote, reopen again as required, end quote. Bexar County Public Information Officer Monica Ramos told KSAT that county officials will continue to monitor the weather, but warming centers are currently closed because there aren't any power outages and city libraries are open. Ramos said the county will consider opening warming centers if conditions worsen.
And that's an important distinction we were just talking about. If you are on an elevated roadway, especially in the northern parts of Bexar County, this is a travel emergency. But down here on the ground in the city in particular, not really all that much is happening.
It's just, as Mike Ostrage would say, it's just tomato soup and grilled cheese kind of day. It's cold, it's wintry, but it's not necessarily causing just a ton of issues here in the city. You don't have to take your plants in. We don't have to worry about pipes or anything like that. It's just kind of cold and windy and cloudy, maybe a little bit rainy from time to time. We will see some heavier rain, I think, moving in later tonight into tomorrow. And that's actually a good thing. It's just that up in the hill country where conditions are colder, it is a travel issue. And we have, we'll see, I think, several travel issues, and we may get some power outages up there. So this is all stuff we're watching. Right now, as you go outside, we've got cloudy skies and just some light rain coming down. Light drizzly stuff at the airport. Temperatures are above freezing, though. 34 degrees, northerly winds at about 10 miles per hour. That makes it feel that much colder out there with wind chills in the 20s. Here's a look at the radar. We still do have some of these passing showers coming through, and where you see the pink colors, that represents some of the freezing rain, very light freezing rain, but freezing rain nonetheless. And Sarah was reporting from Bernie that starting to see a little bit of melting. But don't let your guard down. If you are north of San Antonio, this is where it gets dicey tonight, because we get that heavier precipitation coming in, and we get some of the icing on the trees. Some of the power lines could start to come down in a few spots where those temperatures really do plummet tonight, and we get the heavier precipitation. So that's just a heads up. Right now, there's not a lot out there, but things will change tonight. 34 degrees in San Antonio, 30 in Kerrville, 28 Fredericksburg. These are places that will stay below freezing all day today and into tonight, into tomorrow, and that's where you run into issues. 32 degrees Helotes, 30 Bernie Stage, 30 in Bulverde, but most of the rest of Bexar County above the freezing mark. 35 down there at Stinson and 34 at Randolph. Here's our KSAT 12-hour forecast. We're going to keep light showers going through the afternoon. 35 degrees at 5 o'clock, 34 at 6 p.m., 34 at 7 p.m. And then tonight, temperatures just above that 32-degree mark, 33 here in town. We'll still be watching Loop 1604 and points north very, very closely, and we'll be with you most of the night into tomorrow morning, guys. Sarah, actually, let me toss it back to Sarah. I don't want to forget about you, Sarah. You've been out there all morning long, braving this cold and windy weather. What do you got from Storm Chaser?
Well, I'm temporarily warming up in the Storm Chaser, so it's not all cold. We're pretty good out here, but I am currently working my way through downtown Bernie. Actually, a lot of these businesses closed for the day because of the icy start up here in Bernie. Now things have been melting, and one thing that's really cool is we got this new Storm Chaser. It's pretty awesome. It's got a lot of neat features on it. One new feature it has is actually a camera under the car. You can see how cool that is, and what would this be useful for? Well, it could show road conditions when we're parked, obviously with the ice, but then also if there's anything like flooding going on. Of course there won't be with this weather event, but later on down the line as we get into the warmer months. Really cool feature of the Storm Chaser here. So we're driving around right now. We're actually heading to a warming center here in Bernie for some people who may need to have a warm place to stay and they don't happen to have a Storm Chaser on hand. So coming up, we'll be talking a little bit about the warming center and options for folks around Bernie. Let's go ahead and chat.
Hey, thank you, Sarah. Hey, and props to you and Photog Billy, who are out there braving the elements, giving us those updates up along I-10. But let's get a quick look there at I-10 at Kerrville East. You really don't see a lot out there, but some of the ice that Sarah showed us earlier in the morning, it looks like it's accumulated over the trees, and really those elevated surfaces is what we have to keep a close eye on first. We did have a few issues along I-10 that have cleared out. Right now, things are calm, but we can expect things to get a little dicey as the hours do, as we do get into the later hours of the evening. But I would say watch out still here in town. We did have one issue that cleared out off of US 281 northbound at Grayson Street. A crash was causing a little bit of a delay for drivers out there, but the good news is it's cleared out, and really there's not a lot to worry about here in town. Remember, classes pretty much have been canceled. Folks may be staying home today enjoying that tomato soup and grilled cheese kind of weather. Good for you, but if you do have to head out the door, be careful. Check your vehicles before you get out on the roadways. I do want to get your attention back here to some information that's pretty important. TxDOT Hero program. Now, keep in mind, if there are issues that pop up on the roadway and maybe you're stranded due to some issues that your car is experiencing, here are some of the services they offer. They change flat tires, perform minor vehicle repairs. They even remove minor crashes from the roadway and assist first responders at those crashings. Now, in order to utilize these services, you must be stranded on the highway. So this is a very helpful resource. If you are stranded in your vehicle for whatever reason tomorrow or in the hours ahead, don't get out of your car. Call this number, 210-732-HERO. I did post that on our KSAT traffic page, so just head over there for more information. But one last look here in town. Things are calm right now, but we're going to be keeping a close eye on things in the hours ahead. So just remember to drive safe and make good decisions before you have to head out on the roadway. David, Ursula?
Even to me, at least, it's a good thing seeing so few cars on the road.
Yeah, it's good because there's been some problems, as he mentioned. All right, we've got to talk about other stories making headlines this noon. 2 more Memphis police officers have been disciplined and 3 emergency responders fired in connection with the death of Tyree Nichols.
Now, this widens the circle of punishment after a video showed other people failed to help him, not just the 5 officers accused of beating him to death. Police say that Officer Preston Hempel was relieved of duty shortly after Nichols' arrest. The department also says another officer was relieved, but police did not name that person or specify what role they played in the incident. In Washington, Nichols' death has reignited police reform talks on Capitol Hill. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is almost gone from the United States. The federal government's public health emergency declaration for Mpox ended on Tuesday after seeming to spiral out of control last year. The virus isn't completely gone, but for over a month now, the average number of daily new cases reported to the CDC has hovered in the single digits. Those numbers have plummeted since the August peak of about 450 cases a day. The U.S. led the world in cases during the outbreak. More than 30,000 people in the U.S. were diagnosed with Mpox, including 23 people who died.
Outside with live cam. You know what? At some point, somebody's going to want to just reach up and slap that thing off. Just knock it off.
Well, you know, they don't have the windshield wipers going, so I guess it's not raining up there, but it is raining down here.
Yeah, we're still getting some of that drizzly stuff.
Wait, hold on. Let's see if the thing will drip again.
Still there. Still there. Not going anywhere. 34 so far today. 32 was low this morning, so not much movement in temperature. We're not going to warm much above where we are right now. I just wanted to point out that today's record low is 0, the coldest it's ever been in San Antonio back in 1949. Snow-covered San Antonio back then. This go-round just wet with some ice in the whole country. We've got more on how we're expecting more tonight coming up. Welcome back. I want to start out with a big picture here across Texas. We've been talking about the rain and the ice here across the hill country, but I do want to point out that it's not just here. Austin has been hit very hard by this. So is Dallas. I-20, Abilene over to San Angelo, back out to the west. So there's a large portion of Texas being impacted by this winter storm. And what we can do is show you the road conditions here. This is one product on our radar. And I know you're seeing a lot of colors here. What do they all mean? Well, the pink color, that represents where there's some patchy ice. And we've been seeing that across the hill country. That's sinking south towards Kerrville and even there around the Austin area. Where you get the red colors, that's where you're getting to some significant ice. And we've seen that across central Texas and up around the Metroplex. And then this is trying to tell us there's some snow there. It's possible. But the bottom line is this whole area is just not a good place to be driving as the roads have become very slick. And we know that even here in northern San Antonio, we've seen some of those slick roads, especially with the bridges and overpasses. I'll switch it back to radar here very quickly. And we'll take a look at what's going on here locally. Still seeing some of that light patchy drizzle and light activity, but not a lot at the moment. Not a lot at the moment. It's fairly light. But I think as we get into tonight, you're going to see an overall increase in coverage when it comes to rain and then also freezing rain to the north of San Antonio. So there we are. There's our icicle yet again. Still there. And temperatures right now 34 degrees, 35 Stinson. 35 in Kelly, and we've got a northerly wind. The freezing rain impacts, I know we've shown this graphic basically every time this morning we've been on air, but I think it's so important to pass along that, yes, there will be major impacts in the hill country where there could be some power outages, really dangerous travel, and then to the south of that, some moderate impacts. Places like Bandera, Fair Oaks Ranch, Bulverde, that's where we're probably going to have some slick roads, especially the bridges and overpasses. And then the further south you go, the less the impact is, but it's still there along 1604, Loop 1604 on the north side, where we could see some slick bridges and overpasses. And we're talking mainly tonight, okay, with these with the heavier precipitation set to move in. 30 right now in Kerrville, 28 Fredericksburg, 27 Rock Springs, 34 here in town, 33 in New Braunfels. Temperatures haven't moved much, but they've come up some here in town, up above that freezing mark. And they probably stay just above freezing, even going into tonight. Wind chill values are in the 20s, though, and that's the way it feels out there. It feels like 25 in Converse, feels like 27 down there at Stinson. So our forecast, A little bit of break in the action this afternoon. Tonight, though, the precipitation picks back up. This is 10 o'clock, and then by midnight and 3 a.m., things are starting to blossom here. You're going to get some pockets of moderate to heavy rain, but that will transition into moderate freezing rain in spots, and that will be more widespread by tomorrow morning. That cutoff line right there in northern Bexar County where it's been. North of that, some problems, likely some pretty significant ice accumulation. South of that, it's just rain. Hopefully we pick up some good rain here in San Antonio. We need it. Then by midday tomorrow, still seeing that activity, but it's starting to work its way east and weaken a little bit. And by 10 o'clock, it's all pretty light, still there though. And by Thursday morning, this finally moves out, and we'll get some clearing Thursday afternoon. So the rest of today, if you're planning out your day, it'll generally just be wet and cold here in San Antonio. 34 at 2 o'clock, 35 3 p.m., 35 at 4 o'clock. Decent chances of drizzle and just light rain. Tonight, those rain chances pick up. There could be some pockets of moderate to heavy rain. Temperatures down there around 33 or so. And by tomorrow, 35 for a high, but still going to be very cold. And we're still going to have that heavier rain tracking through before things quiet down finally on Thursday and temperatures get an opportunity to warm up. 47, 59 Friday, and we're in the mid 60s by Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we're going to toss it out one more time back to meteorologist Sarah Spivey, who is there in Bernie. You got more from a warming center, correct?
That's exactly right, Justin. I'm here at the Patrick Heath Public Library, which is going to be acting as a warming center today until 7 p.m. and then once again tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Inside, they've got snacks, they've got warm soup, they've got coffee for anybody in the Bernie area that needs a warm place to stay. Now, again, things are fairly quiet right now around Bernie, other than some of the ice on the elevated surfaces like the trees and signs, but the roads for the most part are okay. That is going to change, like you said, tonight and tomorrow. So if you need a warm place to stay, Patrick Heath Public Library in Bernie is your place to stay warm and try to get through this cold weather. Reporting live from Bernie, I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey. Back to you.
Sarah, great information. We appreciate it. And then we're going to have much more on all this throughout the rest of the newscasts today. We'll have more coming up. We'll be right back.
As we've been telling you for the last hour, icy roads, a huge condition when temperatures drop here in South Texas. Meanwhile, in other areas, they got the real deal, snow.
That includes Las Vegas, which doesn't normally get much snow. And this is what it looks like there. This is all over Nevada. Some area got as much as 5 inches of snow.
But this is not going to last. It's expected to warm up in Vegas like it normally does in the coming days.
So you're not going to gamble that it's going to stick around?
Nah.
And how about this? This is Iowa. Meteorologist Brandon Libby's son, Harrison, has just about had enough. That's it, done.
He posted this video of his son helping to plow some of the snow, something that most people who are watching this have no idea what that's like. He eventually just gives up.
I'm done, Dad. Come do it yourself.
Too much work.
Where's that sandwich and soup? We'll be back.